Good morning, beautiful people. Thank you. Now this video is for everyone that has been asking me about how to make the most of natural light. Natural light is sunlight, available light. Anyone and everyone has access to natural light so long as you are on earth and you are living. Natural light is accessible to you. A lot of people have said that natural light is the best kind of light for food photography. Now I don't know if that is true or false, but I have been a fan of natural. I've used natural light a lot, and I'm going to share those pictures with you. I love it. I love the fact that I do not have to take up my artificial light and try to adjust it, and all I need to do is just set up on my balcony and get my digital camera and just take the pictures without much hassle. And sometimes the sun gives you this tone, I don't know how to explain it, but it just has some refreshing look about it that makes your food pictures look good. And so I would say, if you're a beginner photographer, a beginner food photographer, and you do not have the money to buy artificial light, which can be a bit pricey, because to get the right kind of artificial light that will give you quality pictures, you need to buy the ones that are quality. And sometimes you're looking at 150, 200, 250 and above. So if you're just starting out and you don't have money for these things, I would advise that you start with natural light. So as much as natural light is everywhere, it's accessible, you still need to do the extra work of finding the right spot where this light is good. So you are in your studio or you're in your apartment. If you bring on your phone right now, you realize that not everywhere in the house or not everywhere in your office or in your studio can give you a good light. So if you want to photograph an apple and you take the apple to probably your parlor, natural light is coming in from the window here, but it may not look as good as if you take the apple to the window where you have light coming in and keep it there and photograph. It might not even look as good as going outside on your balcony, putting up a table and your background and styling and photographing. It might not even look as good as going outside without any shade and photographing with direct sunlight. So my point with that is, yes, it is accessible, but you still have to do the work of finding the right spots where the light is good for you. So now that is the job that you have to do. And when you find this spot where the lighting is good, all you need to do is, whenever you're taking a photo, set up at that spot and maintain that spot. Now, people have asked, how do I deal with the harshness that comes with natural light? Natural light is harsh on days when it's really sunny and you want to take photos or you want to do a video and it's so harsh that you cannot really appreciate the real texture or the real color of the food that you're photographing. Now what do you do? Now the first thing you can do is use a modifier. So this is what a modifier looks like. So what the modifier does is it filters the light. So let's say you are outside photographing or on your balcony. What you do is put this in between the light, where the light is coming from, and your subject. So I'm outside, the sun is shining down here, and I'm here, I'm standing here. This is the modifier, that's the sun, and this is my subject. So this makes the sun less harsh because what is coming in, can you see? Yeah, can you see that? So like this, the sun is very harsh. Even as I'm using it from my window, it's a bit harsh. But when I use this, it gets softer. You notice that? Yeah. So that's the job of the modifier. Alright. So if you are looking to use natural light, then you need to buy this. Another thing that you can use is a white bedsheet or a white material. So you can put this over you is up, you can see that it also does the same job. So you don't have money to buy a modifier, but you still really want to take pictures, you can just go to the market and get a white fabric that is transparent. So white, you can use a chiffon fabric, you can use cotton, you can use a white bed sheet that is not so thick so that the light can diffuse through it. You see, this is not thick. Yeah. Today, how do you keep the modifiers if you don't have somebody to assist you? How do you hold it? Because I mean, you cannot hold this like this all the time you're doing your pictures or you're doing your videos. Now what you can do is get a light stand. Get a light stand or get a tripod, or yeah, you can get 2 light stands and then put them side by side and then just hang this on it till you can have someone to help you or assist you. Or you can just use your bed sheets and use some clips to hold it across. So you have your 2 light stands. Let me show you guys how to do that. And then your hands are free. I think I should bring that down a bit. So you can see your hands are free. If you're short, you can just take it down a bit. So as you can see, your hands are free to hold your device, and then this just does the work for you. So that's about the only way I know that you can make your hands free if you're photographing using the modifier. If you don't have light stands, you have to get one, or you can just get someone that can hold it for you all the while when you're shooting. But then that can be a bit taxing in my opinion. So try to get the light stand. You can buy from any of this you can buy from any photography store or any prop vendor on Instagram. I know Simbi Props would have, Props Plaza would have, so you can reach out to either of them and get it if you want. What are the restrictions that you can face with natural light? Now, the only reason why this video looks good is because I am filming this in the morning. It's about 7 o'clock, 7:30. So that's the only way, that's one of the only reasons why this video looks as good as it looks. You can see the shadows from my window bars. If I try to do the same video in the evening, let's say 5, 6, I would not have the same quality I'm having right now, because the sun would have come down and it would be a bit dark, which will make my videos look. So if you want to use natural light and you're not going for dark and moody, you want something bright, something sharp, you need to shoot when it's sunny. You need to shoot when it's bright, when the sun is giving you its full power, or else you will not get something of good quality. Now, the restrictions come when you have a client and probably it's a rainy season, so you want to shoot for a client, or you book the client for a shoot and you are about to shoot and then the rain starts pouring. Now you would have to wait till the rain ends to be able to create kind of images that can be good enough for your client to use for their commercial purposes. So that's one of the restrictions of sunlight. And even if you're not working for a client, maybe you're just a content creator and you go to work during the day and you only have time in the evening or after work here, which is in the evening anyways. So what do? Do you understand? So it's time restrictive. The quality natural light for food photography sometimes only comes in the morning, or sometimes at certain times in the evening, which is called the golden hour. Now you have to work with the sun. That's just the only thing I can say that's a restriction on content creation. Sometimes the same spot that you stayed at that gave you quality pictures, on a different day the sun is not giving you the same lighting as it gave you the previous evening, because it's a bit cloudy on the next day, or just something just changes. So it's unpredictable, and because it's unpredictable, it's hard. Do you understand? So those are the restrictions. Another one is if you're an introvert and you don't like people in your space or while you're working, and you have to shoot outside because the lighting from your window or from your door is not enough. So you have to take out your equipment outside to take a picture using the sun. A lot of times you would feel somehow because people are going to be watching to see what you're doing or what you're up to, and you'll not really feel like you have space to create like you would do if you were in your house. So that's another restriction when you're using natural light. So I remember when I used to use natural light, I used to photograph on my balcony. So whenever I take out my table, it's like everybody in the compound is just staring to see what I'm doing. And I mean, I'm in my creative mood, so I'm not in the mood to chit chat and all of those things. And it really used to get at me, but after a while I just got used to it, because I mean, it's either that or get artificial light, which I didn't want to use at the moment. So I think that's another thing you have to conquer.